Wizards of the Coast is on track to give the fans of Magic the Gathering an epic storyline experience. We started with Dominaria United, we've come through with Phyrexia All Will Be One, and now March of the Machines is coming down the middle, followed by Aftermath. After that, we've got some reprint sets coming this way. And with all these phenomenal new sets and reprint sets coming down the pipeline, there are some cards you should not be buying right now. There are some cards that you really should be avoiding. No matter how excited you are, sometimes you just have to avoid that pitfall. Just like the old video game. You got to jump over the crocodile's head and get somewhere safe, pass the danger, and then go back and pick up the gems. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on the channel today. We have some amazing sets coming up. The lineup is truly phenomenal. I can't believe that I'm this excited. And I think it has to do with some of the short stories that Wizards of the Coast is giving us. I don't know if you guys have been reading them, but that last story with Ren and finding Teferi, it was amazing. I'm sorry if it's a spoiler. Too late. Go read the story and get the rest of it. But it was really well done, okay? I enjoyed it. It was a little kind of like shorthanded, of course, an abbreviated story, but I really did get into it. I couldn't help myself, guys. It makes me feel like I felt for War of the Spark, for Rise of the Eldrazi. That's where this Phyrexian story is taking me. But when that kind of excitement builds, and you know there's some amazing upcoming sets this year. We have everything coming from great reprint sets. I mean, Commander Masters is going to be good. We've got the new battle mechanic, which I cover a little bit in today's video in case you haven't seen it yet, as well as cards you just got to avoid because chances are they're getting reprinted. We have a lot to cover, and this is just where the world takes us right now. Because if you buy these cards now, and the reprint comes, the values usually get cut in half pretty quick, depending on which cards are getting reprinted. And I'm not saying these are guaranteed reprints, but they are more likely because of their price points, and that's why I want to make people aware. So let's jump to the battle mechanic, then we'll talk about cards you should avoid, and before you know it, the next set's going to arrive, which is going to be March of the Machines in a couple of weeks. All right, let's take a look at this. Now this here is just a quick shout out to the new battle mechanic. I love the look of this. I know there's probably going to be other videos on it, but I just had to mention it because although I don't think I could do a whole video just on this mechanic, I gotta say I think it looks pretty interesting. The Invasion of Zendikar. 1 green, 3 other. Battle, Siege. As Siege enters, choose an opponent to protect it. You and others can attack it. While it's defended, exile it and then cast it transformed. When Invasion of Zendikar enters the battlefield, search your library for up to 2 basic lands and put them onto the battlefield tapped. And then, of course, when it's transformed, it's a 4/4 creature elemental with vigilance and haste. And as long as the Awakened Skyclave is on the battlefield, it's a land in addition to other types, and it taps for any color. And you can see in the little bottom kind of like left hand middle of the screen, it has a 3, almost like a planeswalker type thing, where it has like 3 life before it's gone and transforms. And I have to admit, that is a purely awesome thing that has caught my eye, and this is an uncommon version. So which mythic ones are out there? I think we may see something with Saphir, with Teferi. I think they're just gonna like roll him up into like mega power mode, and it gets me so excited thinking about it. I can't help it. Anyway, I just wanted to mention this cool part, which is the new battle mechanic. Now that's our first look at the battle mechanic, and imagine how that card is gonna interact with Atraxia, the Grand Unifier, or other cards coming forth in March of the Machines. I can't wait to see how this all plays out for Standard, for Modern, Commander. And guys, let me know what you think after seeing that battle mechanic. Slam some comments down in the comments section because it got my mind just thinking about so many things right now. But now we got to go to some cards you should be avoiding. I know it's hard sometimes to sit back on the sidelines and not buy cards you think might be spicy coming up, but you're just saving yourself money when there's a good chance some of these cards will get reprinted either in upcoming sets, in secret layers, or of course in a reprint set like Commander Masters. Let's take a look now at some cards that you should be avoiding. So the first card I'm bringing up today is Cavern of Souls. And the reason I'm bringing this card up to everyone is because of the fact it's been reprinted. We already saw it in Double Masters 2022. Then we saw it in Zendikar Rising, Mythic Rare, right? As one of the full art extendeds. Then we had it in the box toppers for Ultimate Masters. And then, of course, we saw it in 2017 Modern Masters, all the way back to the original in Avacyn Restored. But the real kicker about this card is the price has generally remained unaffected. But with all the cards that can interact with it, I'm not going to rule this out as a possible reprint even here in 2023. The card price will not be affected by you waiting to buy the card, but if you do wait and they happen to reprint it, you will save yourself quite a bit of money. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next card, and that is going to be Sliver Hive. I am expecting this card to appear inside the Commander Masters Sliver deck. This card is available everywhere. You can wait to see if they reprint it, but at the price point they're putting those Commander Masters decks, I expect this card to be inside, so you can save yourself some money by avoiding buying it for now. Wait to see if it's included inside that deck, and if it's not, this is readily available in multiple platforms for you to buy. Everything from TCG Player to eBay, probably your local store with no difficulties, but you can save yourself about 20 bucks Canadian just by waiting to see if they put it in, okay? It may spike up a little tiny bit if it's not included, and if you see that, you might want to jump on it right away, but for now, I'd be willing to wait and bet that it's going to be in there. Let's take a look at our next card, and that is the Sliver Hive Lord. That's right, we're on a little bit of a sliver trend right now. This card, again, is around the same price as the Sliver Hive, but this kind of card is a powerful card. It's fun. People like to include it in all their sliver decks. But that price point makes me think we're going to see everything from Sliver Legion, Sliver Overlord, Sliver Hive Lord, maybe some new slivers that are only included in those decks, which means these are all cards you can wait on. You might be super excited to build on any of these new commander decks that they're talking about, and the Sliver deck is a big one. I see a lot of chatter, but you can wait. You can definitely hold on to your wallet and see what the spoilers are for a set like this. I could be wrong, of course, but these cards are not going to jump in price just because they were not included inside that Sliver Commander deck. Let's keep going down our list today. And here we go with Vorinclex, the Monstrous Raider from Kaldheim. Now, in case you guys were not aware, this set, Kaldheim, is actually making a bit of a recovery. The pathways and stuff are still selling well in the market. I haven't touched on it in a full video. I'm just mentioning here a little bit. It's hard to always compile that data to put together a full video for you. But Vorinclex is a high-selling card, and it does have a lot of use. And of course, with the epic storyline they've put together, players will try to build Phyrexian commander decks, tribal things that are just going to be exciting later down the line. And the price point for this card, even though it got reprinted in Dominaria United in that alternate form, it's still holding a high price tag. It's still drawing a lot of players in, and Wizards will be tempted to reprint this card. And not just this one. Not just this one, but of course, Elesh Norn. Yes, the price has been trending down, but the Mother of Machines is going to meet the March. And we don't know what other cards have been included to help trip this card and make it do crazy things or in future upcoming sets. The fact that the price is falling right now is something I'd almost say maybe it's a good time to buy because we don't know what they'll do later to make a card like this spike. I think they have deliberate intentions toward a lot of the players inside this set, so keep an eye on this stuff. And the next card, of course, is going to be Sheoldred the Apocalypse. We already know this card is it's really a powerful card. It sees a lot of play. And it's over the $100 Canadian mark. We're talking almost $80 US. And it's still trending very high in a lot of decks. It's still seeing a lot of gameplay. Every time you see cards at this price point, as soon as they go over that $50, $60 level, Wizards knows they've tapped into something. They've tapped into the popularity, the story, the lore of Phyrexia. They just have the players crowded around in this epic moment that everyone wants to be a part of, and that means players are going to buy this stuff. You need to avoid that pitfall for now. Let these cards get reprinted, sit on the sidelines maybe. I mean, I myself bought 2 of these. I do own 2, and I paid 80 bucks. No, 50. 50 each, sorry, I lied. $50 each. I paid 100 bucks. That's right, I avoided buying a couple of collector packs, and I just bought the cards I wanted for a deck I was working on for Commander. It's a great card. It has a lot of playability, and it's going to have a lot of future use, at least for the next few years to come until they overpower something else. but I think it's going to see a reprint far sooner than people realize, and not just what they did in the upcoming sets, but down the line as well. Okay, now let's take a look and remember that all these cards here are just kind of like the what if type comic book. You're like, I think you should avoid them. Of course, if you want to get the card and you don't care about the price, dive in and have at it. But I think if you wait, you could save yourself a lot of money by avoiding some of these pitfalls right now. And I'm sure I've missed a few cards on the list, like doubling C's and all kinds of other cards you guys are thinking about. Slam some comments down there, letting me know which cards you think are going to get a reprint in Commander Masters. I'm looking forward to seeing those comments. Thanks again for tuning in today and allowing me to entertain you on the channel. And of course, I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Thank you once again to all the fantastic patrons on the channel for showing their support for the Moxman here each and every month. Without you guys, this content, it just can't happen. That's the way it's going to be. So thanks again for being loyal supporters. I'll see you guys on the live stream. Well, you made it. You're here. You caught me red-handed. I have something in my hand here. This is Eternal Masters. Remember this set? Woo, that was a lot of fun. This is going in the 20K box for when we reach that goal of 20K. So make sure that you put Eternal Masters down in the comments section of this video. Okay? Just so we know who made it that far. We know the people who make it to the end. Guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's been awesome. I look forward to seeing the comments. And of course, I'll see you in the comments sections, the Discord, wherever you guys need to get in contact, from Instagram to email. You guys know I'm everywhere. All right, guys, have a great one, man. What, you think I forgot something? I didn't forget anything. All right, some Battle for Zendikar 2. Now you have to put Eternal Masters and Battle for Zendikar. That's what you get. That's what you get.